Hi guys, it's Crystal City Girl Homestead and time for supper. So over here I have egg noodles boiling and I'm going to make a meal that I've made several times before, but it is a great struggle meal and it's filling. It's nutritious except for your noodles and stuff, but anyways, I am making tuna fish casserole today. So I've got 2 cans of tuna. If you want more than that, you're more than welcome to. And one of the reasons I want to do this is because a lot of times you'll get tuna fish when you do the food bank as well. We're going to do a can of peas. And I'm going to do a can of my Progresso. Wrong one. Be right back. Alright, so now I have the right one. I had broccoli stew. That probably wouldn't have tasted very good with it, but maybe it would have. And we're going to add that. Now there are a few more recipes added, so make sure you give them a look. And I'm going to add salt. And this is another one that I like lots of pepper in. This thing is getting to where it doesn't chop my pepper up as good anymore. Might be time for a new one. Alright, now I do have milk out just in case, because you want it to be creamy. You don't want it to be like real dry or anything like that. Now the noodles are getting really close to being done, not quite yet, but getting close. Now the thing with some of these recipes are, I've chosen them for real because they get through the food bank, and so you know how to make use of them. But it's also family favorites that we've had for years and years and years, and you know, we loved them as kids, we love them now, and they were you know, struggle meals for a reason. You know what I mean? Because I'm beginning to realize that a lot more of our parents than we realized, they struggled too. And I have a feeling that that's going to be happening a lot more. I hate to say that. I really do. But I've been watching some videos, and yeah, it's not real good out there. But you know, like we were gonna look at those cars tomorrow. I haven't talked to Tom yet, but each one of those cars will raise our car insurance up $1,000 every 6 months, if not more. So it's like, I don't know how you can, you know what I mean? I know we have to, but it's like, holy gosh, because that's, you know, another car payment almost a month, you know what I mean? That's just ridiculous. And so that tells me that our regular insurance is going to go way up too. So, you know, with insurance, and I've been seeing people with talking about, you know, their electrical, their gas, all this other stuff going up way high. And, you know, groceries is where you can save the most, but I mean, you have to save a lot in groceries for some of these bills. It's just, it's absolutely crazy. I originally thought, you know, it was nice to do the meals like this, and that it would be great for people losing EBT, but honestly, after doing it for a few days and watching some of the videos that I've watched, honestly, a lot more people than that are hurting. So let me dump these noodles and I'll be right back. Alright, so now we're going to add the tuna and the liquid to it. Let's try to get as much out of there as we can. And we're going to get that mixed together. Now if you want to make it into a casserole, pour it into a dish. You can put cheese on top. You can put potato chips on top of it. You can put those dried onions You can add a lot of things if you want to add more cost to the price of the meal. Like I said, I'm trying to keep between $2 and $5 for every meal. So that, you know, if you got 20 bucks, you can get your family pretty much through the week. All right, so let's give this a quick taste here. Obviously, I'm going to reheat it up, but just see if I need any more salt and pepper and all that good stuff. Definitely more. And that's something that you know the taste that you will like and what your family likes. And salt and pepper isn't that expensive that you can't add more. If you want to add garlic to it, or anything to it that you think that would make it taste better, that's up to you. I found out today, I was looking at Tuna's, and I found out today that they put peas and carrots in this, and they put in chicken broth. And the reason that they do that is because it makes it so it's not so fishy. Learn something new every day, don't we? Alright, so for this recipe, it comes to $5.17. Now with me, I didn't have to buy anything, but if you have a pantry, you might not have to. But there was 2 cans of tuna. Remember, all these are based on Walmart prices. 2 cans of tuna for $2. Can of cream and mushroom soup for $77. A bag of egg noodles, $1.62. And peas for 78 cents, which came to $5.17. So far we spent $3.30 on the chili mac, $5.17 on the tuna casserole, and the tomato noodles were $3.75. And we've had enough to send Tom for lunch, and I've been able to have leftovers the next day as well. So it definitely will feed a family of 4. I don't know where you could go for $5.17 and feed a family of 4. So, not everything is the most nutritious, but when you're hitting bottom there and you just really need to feed your family, it's important to look at nutrition and fulfillment of, USDA daily requirements of this and that and whatever. But you want to make sure your kids aren't going to bed with growling stomachs. That's something that as a mom, I prayed would never ever happen. Because when I was a single mom, I would budget shop, you guys, like there was nobody's business. I really would. Like I would go to, the stores early in the morning, catch the meat sales. I'd cut everywhere I could to be able to feed my family. And, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that's had to do that. I'm not playing victim or anything like that. But I do know what it's like to struggle. I do know what it was like when I was first on my own. And, you want to make sure your family's fed. So, when Tom gets home, we'll taste test that. If you want to put fruit on the side or anything like that, you're more than welcome to. I might put a little bit of cottage cheese on the side, I think. But, yeah, you can do anything that you want on the side. And you can still get canned fruit pretty cheap. So if you wanted to put a fruit in there, because that is pretty much one meal in a bowl. And I think that's awesome. So I'll be back when Tom gets here and we will taste test it. Well, hi Tom, how are you?
I'm just dandy.
There's dinner. And I even put a piece of bread on there like our mamas would have done.
Yeah.
And there's cottage cheese over there too. And using up the apple cider.
Mm-hmm.
You know what we're having for breakfast? He doesn't want to take it down the homeless because it's his favorite meal. That's the very first meal I ever cooked for him. And here we are. When did we get married? 13? 12, so we've been together 14 years going on 15, so I guess it worked. And he's not putting down his fork,
It's still
so.
my favorite.
Alrighty, we're gonna let him eat. You guys have a blessed night. Be a blessing, and goodbye, Tom. Goodbye, Tom.
Goodbye, Tom.
You guys have a great night.